Next, some standard societies. This is also important for interview point of view, because here we are living in the modern world. Okay, if you design something, means you should have some reference. No? If you submit your design to the main consultant or to the concerned person at this level, because if you don't, the beginners may don't know what is consultant, contractor, etc. That I explain in chapter. So at this level, for example, if you design something and if you submit to the concerned person, so what do you think? Your design will blindly accept? No, you must have some reference. You must have some standards, because we are living in the modern world. So based on the previous research, previous years research and development, we have a lot of data to use. So that standard, one example is ASHRAE, already we discussed. The same you can find in the list. So we'll talk about the standard society. With the standard society, we can use the standards, we can use the codes, and that will use at the time of design, so that your design is going to accept as per the application, as per the consultant or the client requirement. So in the list, first you'll find ASHRAE. So everyone know what is ASHRAE, American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers. It's a society based in US, and they are dealing with the research and development for this HVAC in our industry. Okay. You'll find the n number of standards. So you can go to this ASHRAE website and you can find out the n number different standards. So at this level, you see ASHRAE standard 55, we discuss home and comfort, and ASHRAE 62.1 ventilation standard. Similar in ASHRAE handbooks, you'll find ASHRAE fundamental handbook, ASHRAE refrigeration handbook, ASHRAE application handbook with the different edition. And now in market for fundamental, I think 2021 is the latest one. ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook 2021 is the latest edition. Similarly, for application, 2022 is the latest available, and in refrigeration, I think 2006. I'm not sure about the refrigeration. You'll find the different handbooks also in ASHRAE. So for design point of view, remember we are following ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook, and that 2021 latest edition is available. So in the class also, I'll use ASHRAE 2021. Previous we use 17 and 2009. But as I said, I'm updating, so we'll follow the latest available standard, which is 2021 for fundamental. In the ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook only, you'll find this design for this residential as well as for commercial. We'll find separate application. So I'll give you the idea about this handbooks. Don't worry. Next society we have a SMACNA. So SMACNA is what? Sheet Metal and Air Conditioning Contractors National Association. So this society also based in US. They are dealing with the research and development for the ducting side. In short, duct is a passage used to convey the air. Let me quickly show one image for beginners. We have a separate part 4 in module 1 for ducting. At this level, just I'm giving the idea. You see this sheet metal box, or else I'll show you the simple image. You see this sheet metal box is a passage used to convey the air. We used to call duct. Okay, in detail we'll discuss in part 4 of module 1. So you see, when you talk about this duct design, duct installation, duct drafting, etc., we'll use this SMACNA as a standard, commonly in actual practice in India, in Gulf, in many locations. But if you are in UK, then you're supposed to follow DW144. This is a European standard, mostly in UK for this ducting side. Next, we have AHRI. Previously, it was ARI. You see, in previous year, we used to call ARI, but now it's a AHRI. It's a Air Conditioning, Heating and Refrigeration Institute. And this society is dealing with the equipment side. You see, manufacture of HVAC equipments. So when you talk about the standards for the equipments, we'll follow this AHRI. So generally on the equipments, you'll find the AHRI logo. It means the standard equipment. So next, ISHRAE. If you're in India, you're supposed to follow ISHRAE. Similar like ASHRAE, we have ISHRAE, Indian Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers. And if you're a student, you can take the membership, student membership from ISHRAE. Or if you are a professional, they are offering the professional membership also from ISHRAE. So you can contact to your local ISHRAE. ISHRAE is available in Hyderabad, in Pune, in Bangalore. They have different chapters. So you can contact and take the membership. It's not expensive. Get the updates. And if you can afford, you can take the membership of ASHRAE also. Next. So next is IS, Indian standards. So in many locations, in India, if you're dealing with a project for, especially for ministry project, you need to follow this IS. Next is ASTM. So you see, when you talk about the materials, ASTM will come into picture. For example, to fabricate and install the duct, we are using GI. Similarly, for copper piping is used for refrigerant side. And chill water pipe, for chill water pipe, we are using black steel. Not only in HVAC, if you talk about plumbing, firefighting, electrical, or even piping or other fields. When you talk about the material, we'll use this AMS standard, ASTM standard. ASTM is what? American Society for Testing and Materials. In short, ASTM. So this is related to the materials. So how we come to know that copper is a good option for refrigerant piping. GI is a good option for ducting. So based on this research and development from ASTM. Okay. Next, SIPC. If you are working in UK, then you are supposed to follow SIPC. SIPC is a what? Chartered Institute of Building Services Engineers. In short, we used to call SIPC. Like ASHRAE for US or in Gulf, we are mostly if you're following ASHRAE standard. But in UK, they have their own society. They have their own monopoly. So they don't want to follow US. So they have their own SIPC guides. Okay. Next, DEWA. If you are in Dubai, so we have a DEWA, Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. In short, we used to call DEWA, or else you'll find DM, Dubai Municipal, for the ventilation standards. Okay, anyhow, in Dubai, you'll find ASHRAE standard 62.1. So most of the Gulf region, you'll find the ASHRAE standard or SMACNA, ASTM, etc. Now, if you're working in Qatar, you need to follow this Qatar Municipal, that is the Kharama, Qatar General Electricity and Water Corporation. In the name of that municipal is the Qatar Kharama. So you need to follow the standards from Qatar Kharama if you are working in Qatar for especially major project to get the approval for your project. Similarly, if you are in Saudi, we have RC, Royal Commission for Jubail, Royal Commission for Yabo, Royal Commission for Riyadh, etc. They have their own standards. So especially again for approval point of view for ministry project or for approval point of view for the private projects, you need to follow this RC standards, Royal Commission. Next, LEED. You see this LEED, IGBC, USGBC, all is related to green building. So what is green building online? Any idea? Yeah, so you see the idea of the green building. So what you said is correct. With respect to what? With respect to HVAC engineer or for building services. But apart from this saving of energy, we have some more points to consider for green building. So first of all, before dealing with the societies, let me explain what is green building that you'll find in the next page. So green building, it not mean that the color of the building is green. So the green building, so green refers to what? Generally, green means we are using this term for saving of energy, for saving environment. So the concept, you see, concept point of view, the idea of green building is to save the environment. Okay. Saving the environment. And how to save the environment? By reducing the generation of CO2. And how to reduce the generation of CO2? By reducing the what? Power consumption. Because in most of the countries, still in most of the countries, the electricity generate with what? With the fossil fuels, with the coal, with the oils, etc. And with the fossil fuel, for example, coal is used to generate the electricity, means when you burn the coal, the CO2 will release. Okay, so the idea of green building is to save the environment. But if you talk about the definition, you see, a green building is one which uses less water. So if you're in plumbing, dealing with the plumbing service, you must think to save this water. Next, optimize energy efficiency. This is for HVAC engineer, because you see, if you talk about the energy consumption in building, means I'm talking about electrical energy. If you compare this consumption of electrical energy with the lighting, with the appliances, I'm comparing this lighting appliances with the HVAC equipment. You see, for example, 100% electrical energy consumption in building, out of which 60 to 70% energy consumption directly with the HVAC equipments. And in remaining 30%, you'll find other services and lighting, etc. Okay, so as a HVAC engineer, your role is to design your system with the maximum efficiency, means optimize energy efficiency, so that if you design the HVAC system in an efficient way for one project, similarly, all the engineers of your city design the HVAC system in an efficient way. And further, if you talk about all the engineers of the country designing the system in an efficient way, and further, if throughout the world, if everyone is designing the HVAC system in efficient way, means everyone is contributing in saving the energy, na? And saving the energy means saving the electrical energy. Saving energy means electrical energy means the less generation of energy is required. Less generation means less release of CO2. Okay, getting my point. So, as a mechanical engineer dealing with the HVAC, your role is to design your system with the maximum efficiency so that one can save the energy and you can contribute in saving the environment. Next, you see, conserve natural resources like solar, like geothermal or wind turbines. Now we have this wave turbines. A lot of new invention in the market with the natural resources. And in green building projects also, you'll find this. You'll find the solar system. You'll find the turbines, wind turbines. You'll find this other natural resources, so which will help to reduce the consumption of electric energy. And next, you see, generate less waste and provide healthier space for occupants as compared to the conventional building. Okay, so this is about the green building. The green building is not just a no, is not just a term; it's a process which is used or which is used not only in HVAC, in almost all the services, including this architectural and structural side. Okay, even if you talk about this architectural side, the paint which is used inside the building, that also they are taking care of that also, because the paint when heat up, it will reduce, or sorry, it will produce the chemical which is harmful for human breathing, that produce VOC, that chemicals. So in that also important. So the green building focus on saving of environment, saving of human health, lot of things. Okay, so now back to the topic. So if you talk about the green building, we have the standard society. On the top, we have a lead. So what is lead? You can read on the screen. Leadership in energy and environmental design. In short, we used to call lead. And this is related with the USGBC, United State Green Building Council. With that, they are offering this lead. And if you have experience, at least 1 or 2 years experience in this field, in these services, you can think to involve in this lead certification program. Okay, but not for the beginner. If you're a beginner, just get some experience in the field, then you can think for this lead certification. And if you're experienced, definitely this lead certification, writing the lead exam, getting the lead certification will definitely help in increasing the means. Definitely that will help you for your updations. If you are switching for the new job, that will help you for getting the job easily, and even for salary point of view, because you see many consultant or many companies, they are demanding lead certified engineers. So if you're experienced, you can think for this. Next, we have IGBC. If you're in India, we have this Indian Green Building Council. So you can write the IGBC exam also if you're in India. That will also help. Again, after IGBC, you can think for lead certification. Next, you cannot ignore this career. Career is not a society, it's a company. But still, in many consultants for designing, they are following career standard. And we have a career handbook. And still in manual load calculation, in many countries or in many this consultant, still they are using career standard for manual load calculation. So we cannot ignore this. It's not a society, it's a company, but you cannot ignore. Why? Because it's the first company in the field of this air conditioning. And you see, CRRIR this is a name of a scientist, and you see the full name is Willis Hewlett Carrier, and we are considering him as a father of air conditioning. Okay, so he start in 1905 this company, and 1950 they developed, but the concept start in 1905 by this scientist called Willis Hewlett Carrier, and we are considering this is a father of air conditioning, and you can find his image also. So that's the reason we cannot ignore this Carrier company. And from Carrier, HAP is commonly used in actual practice for the load calculation. Carrier HAP. So you'll find the Carrier standard, and now you see in many areas the Carrier is following ASTRA standard. Okay, so in Carrier handbook also they are referring to ASTRA standard. So ASTRA society, and they are completely in that development side, but we cannot ignore the Carrier also. If you talk about the load calculation manual, still we are using Carrier standard. If you talk about the pipe designing, there's still water pipe designing. Even in ASHA handbook, you'll find the reference from Carrier. Okay. So in this training program also, we are following this ASHRAE, SMACNA, and Carrier standards. Okay. For metal point of view, we are following ASTM. So this is about the introduction part and end of chapter 1. Now, if you have any questions related to this topic, what I cover just now, we can discuss. So in the next session, we'll deal with the chapter 2. In chapter 2, you're going to get the idea, the process of designing and the process of installation, especially for beginners, how the process goes, the order of designing and the order of installation, so that you can you'll get the mindset. So with that mindset, we can start the training from chapter 3, means the technical part. Anyhow, this all introduction will also help. So chapter 2 is very, very important. So I'll give you the idea, the steps involved in designing with respect to the other services and the steps involved in execution, the order, etc. The roles of a design engineer, the roles of execution engineer, etc. All you are going to get in chapter 2. Chapter 3, physics using HVAC, which is very, very important for the load calculation point of view. Very basic, very important, like sensible heat, latent heat, BTU, temperature scales, vapor compression cycle. All this we'll discuss in chapter 3. And after that, chapter 4, psychometry. Then we'll start building survey for the load calculation. After load calculation manual, we have load calculation in software. And that conclude till part 3 of module 1. In part 4, air side, part 5, water side for this HVAC designing. And module 2 is drafting. Those who join today only for them, I'm just repeating this. Module 2 is drafting with AutoCAD. Module 3 is estimation, and module 4 is installation. Okay, then online, done for tonight. Thank you.